Hey there, I'm Ihor, a lead software engineer at ORIL. Today I'm excited to show you how to incorporate OpenAI ChatGPT APIs into your Spring Boot projects. Let's dive in. Step 1. Generate project. First, we need to create a project. We will do this at the Spring Initializer website. Let's provide group ID, artifact ID, and name. We will use Maven as a build tool. For this tutorial, we only need to add two dependencies, Spring Web and Lombok. That's it. Click Generate and the archive will go to your Downloads folder. Open up the project in your IDE. Step 2. Set up ChatGPT API secret key. After that, let's visit the platform OpenAI.com website and generate a secret key to be able to work with ChatGPT. We assume you already have an account. If not, please create an account first. Click the profile icon and select View API Keys. From there, you'll be able to click the Create New Secret button. Once created, copy it and go to your IDE. Then paste it into the config file. In our case, it is application.yaml. Then we need to create a new property called AI and secret under it. Put your secret as a value for AI secret key. Step 3. Create a controller with Endpoint. Now let us create the structure of the project. We add a controller folder, then create an API controller class, annotated with request mapping and REST controller annotations. Then we can add our demo endpoint that will accept requests from the user, process them and return a response. Also, we will create a folder called Entities and add an API request class there. This will be a simple project that will hold a text sent by a user. This class will be accepted as a request body in our controller. Let's adjust it accordingly. The next step is to create a folder called Services, where all the logic and processors will be stored. Let's add the API request processor class. The method of this class will be used in the controller. This method will accept an API request object and return a proper response. We can also add some logging here to view the progress of the request. Step 4. Endpoint checkup. Let's see if our endpoint works properly. Launch the project, open up Postman and try to execute the post request to your endpoint's URL. You should see a message from your logger in the console of the server. If you see it, everything is going well so far. Let's move on. Step 5. ChatGPT integration. Let's start integrating with ChatGPT now. Let's create a Pojo class that will hold all data for the request to ChatGPT. We name it ChatGPT Request. Step 6. ChatGPT integration. This class should have two properties, the string model and the list of messages. It should be an additional Pojo with string role and string content. We also create a custom constructor to build our ChatGPT request based on a simple API request that goes from the controller endpoint. Let's quickly do it. Also, we have to add ChatGPT response class that will hold all the data from ChatGPT. ChatGPT response has many properties and we don't need all of them right now. So we add a JSON ignore properties annotation to ignore all properties we will not specify in the Pojo class. Step 7. Extend request entities. Let's add properties here. First, we add a string ID. That will be an ID of our request response. Then we create another custom Pojo class that will hold data for so-called choice data type. The choice Pojo will consist of an int index and a message class. For another project, let's create a message class that is the last one for the ChatGPT response. Message will consist of a string role and string content. Here, content will hold the response message from AI. Also, let's update application.yaml and add a URL property. This will be an API URL to access ChatGPT API. Step 8. GptRequestBuilder service. Let's provide an API URL here. Then create another service called GptRequestBuilder. This service will convert our API request into a format that is understandable to ChatGPT, execute request with data type to ChatGPT API, and receive a relevant response. We inject two values from our application.yaml file, AI secret and AI URL. To make a request, we use a plain old REST template class. So let's proceed with a method that will do all the job for us. We name it executeRequest. It will accept an API request class. For now, the return type of this method will be a ChatGPT response. Also, inject GptRequestBuilder class into AI request processor to use its functionality in our request flow. We can also add an extra logger to view what we get in response from ChatGPT API. Okay, let's continue. Step 9. Authorize server in ChatGPT API. Authorization is a must to make requests to ChatGPT API. To do this, we need to include a secret that we got earlier into our request as an authorization header. Let's do this by using HTTP headers and HTTP entities class for post request to ChatGPT API. As a result, we get a response entity back that will store a response from ChatGPT. Step 10. Execute requests and get ChatGPT responses. Okay, everything looks ready to test our flow. Launch the project and go to Postman to make the first request to ChatGPT. To start, let's ask who we are talking to right now. After sending a request, you will notice that it replies to you indicating that you are talking to an AI model built by OpenAI. You might have seen that the response object is too nested, and we can quickly fix that by adjusting a response type for this request. Let's create an API response class that will have only one property called string response, and include a custom constructor to accept ChatGPT response and extract a single value that will be an actual response message from ChatGPT. In the real project, you may add lots of validations, but here as a quick example, we only extract content from ChatGPT and populate a response property with its value. We also need to update the controller and services to return the API response null. Restart the app and ask another question. As you see, the response is now more readable and clear. Now you can use this integration in any way you want to ask ChatGPT whatever fits your needs or needs of your project. Thank you for watching. I hope this tutorial will be of use to you. Stay tuned for more educational videos coming soon.